Well, there's something new behind me, and unfortunately it's not a new air rifle, but it's my display board. Now, if you've been following me on social media, you would have seen the photo that I've posted recently of the display board. Now, I know it doesn't really look like much, but it was one of the projects that I really wanted to do for such a long time, but I was so darn unsure of what I wanted to do and of how it's going to look when I finished it up. But I think it came out pretty well, and it's obviously going to change as time goes on and I hang up different things on it. But at least I have a proper place now to make review videos and videos like I'm going to make for today. And this brings me to the video of today. This is not really going to be a hunting video, but it's going to be more of an explanatory video of how these air rifles work. Like most of you probably may know or may not know, Daystate actually makes the most advanced air rifles in the world, purely because most of them are electronic air rifles. So before we jump into that, I think I just want to explain to the newcomers to my channel what is going on here behind me. So let's start with the air rifles on my right hand side. Right on top here we've got the Daystate Huntsman Revere, and this is the only fully mechanical air rifle that I currently own of Daystate. A really fine looking air rifle and stupid accurate as well. Right underneath it we've got the Daystate Alpha Wolf. This is their flagship fully electronic air rifle that they're currently making. And then right here on my left hand side, starting from the top, we've got the Daystate Red Wolf. And as most of you may know, this is probably my most favorite air rifle that I currently have, just because it is so accurate and I've done so much with it. Right underneath it, we've got the Daystate Delta Wolf, and the Delta Wolf and the Alpha Wolf, they are probably the same air rifle, if I can call it that. The Alpha Wolf is just a newer version of it, but I'll get into more details as we go on. So before we get into the electronic bits and pieces, I think it's a good idea to start with the mechanical air rifle and explain to you guys how the mechanical one work, and then move to the electronic air rifles. So let's take a look at the Daystate Huntsman Revere. And like I said before, this little air rifle is fully mechanical. From the internals down to the trigger, there's nothing electronic on it. Now I know there may be a lot of you guys that know how these mechanical air rifles work, but I feel I just want to explain to the people who may not know. Now I'm not going to get in too much detail and get too technical of how much air needs to be filled and the regulator and all those kinds of things. I'm just going to talk about the valve, the hammer, and the trigger, because that's actually the only thing that's different from the mechanical air rifles to the electronic air rifles. So without wasting more time, let me try to explain to you. So right here in the action, there's a little thing called a valve. The valve is also fully mechanical, and that's one thing that's exactly the same on all these air rifles. All of them have mechanical valves. Now a valve is a thing that just releases the air to propel our projectile, whether it would be a slug or a pellet, it's up to you, but nevertheless. So to release that air, we need to cock the gun, obviously. Now on this specific air rifle, when I cock the gun for the first time, I'm gonna feel quite some resistance when I pull that cocking lever back. I'm actually pulling the hammer and the spring backwards, locking the hammer in place with a little mechanism called a shear. Now when I pull the trigger, I'm actually releasing that shear, letting the spring move the hammer forward in quite some speed, hitting the valve stem, releasing some air, and then obviously firing the projectile out of the barrel. Now with the mechanical air rifles, because it has a spring and a hammer, it has tension, like I said, and it's not really hard to cock, but like I said, you can feel the resistance. But when you pull the trigger, you're actually pulling against the tension of the hammer and the spring, which makes for a heavier trigger. So I'm going to try to explain or show you guys how it looks like. I'm going to try to catch the cocking lever when I pull the gun. The gun is safe. There's nothing inside of the barrel. you can see it wants to rip the cocking lever forward because the spring just want to release the tension. So basically that's how it works. Now you can adjust the trigger to be a little bit more sensitive and don't feel a lot of resistance on it, but be careful when you do it, because you can actually adjust that shear too far away and the hammer can jump the shear, which will make for misfires or accidental fires. Not really misfires, more accidental fires, and that's really unsafe. So I tend to keep it as it is out of the box. It works perfectly fine. The trigger is not that heavy that it will bother you, but once you fired an electronic air rifle, you will definitely feel the difference. So I hope you understand how the mechanical part works on a mechanical air rifle. We have a spring, we have a hammer hitting a mechanical valve. Really easy. Now let's jump into the electronic air rifles. So before we have a look at the more advanced electronic air rifles like the Daystate Alpha Wolf and Delta Wolf, let's first have a quick look at the Daystate Red Wolf Safari, as it's also fully electronic like I said before. The only thing that's not electronic on it is the valve. The valve is more or less the same as the one installed in the Daystate Huntsman Revere. It's also just a little valve with a valve stem on it, and we need some kind of hammer to hit that valve stem to release some air and to propel our slug or our pellet. Now on this specific model, or all kinds of electronic air rifles for that matter, is that we don't have a physical hammer spring to move the hammer forward and hit the valve stem. The thing that replaces the spring for the hammer is actually a little solenoid. Now the specific solenoid is exactly the same as the one that's installed inside of the Daystate Red Wolf Safari. Now to operate this little thing, we're obviously going to need a battery. And the battery is located inside of the pistol grip. Now to get access to that battery is just by opening up this little door, and you'll find the battery compartment right inside of the pistol grip. Now you can take the battery out if you wish to do so to charge it. I'm just not going to take it out now because it's a mission to put it back, but it's inside there. I hope you guys can see it. Nevertheless, the battery actually starts the whole air rifle up. If I switch the safety on, you'll see the little screen will actually turn on. And there we go. Now the air rifle is ready to rumble. It's on, it's live. Now the way it works is on that specific little computer board, there's a couple of caps that's being charged, and it will release a little pulse, if I can call it that, when I pull the trigger, and it will make the hammer move forward. The hammer actually looks like this. This is also exactly the same hammer that's installed inside of this specific model, and it has a little spring that's basically right over it, but this spring is not the spring that will make it move. It's just too flimsy. This little spring is just there to keep it from bottoming out in this little bushing they made, but it will sit something like this inside of the whole action, and as soon as I pull the trigger, you will basically, or the board will make this little solenoid charge up and pulse, and it will move the hammer very quickly. So when you cock the air rifle, you basically not pulling against any resistance at all. This is actually super cool because it is super smooth. You won't find any air rifle out there on the market that has as smooth of a cocking action as on a Daystate electronic air rifle, guaranteed, especially on the Daystate Red Wolves, because there's no other moving parts other than the cocking lever itself. So quickly to explain to you how easy it is to cock this air rifle, I'm going to use one finger to cock it. I'm going to put it behind the cocking lever and then just pull it back. It's cocked. I basically just gave this air rifle the command to say we're ready to go, and that's basically that. I'm not pulling against any resistance at all, like I said. Now the trigger as well, the trigger is also electronic. And just to explain to you guys how it sounds like, I'm going to bring it closer towards the mic and I'll pull it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It actually sounds exactly the same as a mouse click. So you're not pulling against any resistance of a shear, you know, anything like that. You're basically just giving an indication, like a light switch, go, just like that. And that's basically how this air rifle works. So let's jump onto the more advanced air rifles and show you the difference between that and the Daystate Red Wolf Safari. So lastly, we've got the Daystate Alpha Wolf, and this air rifle is most probably like the Formula 1 car of all air rifles. Now, I'm not joking when I'm saying that. This air rifle is packed with features and with technology that's unheard of in the air rifle industry. So before I get into a bit of that, again, this whole air rifle is electronic. The only bits and pieces on this air rifle that's mechanical is the valve and the mechanical regulator, which I'm not going to get into for now. But the valve on this is more or less again the same as the one you will find on the Huntsman Revere and on the Red Wolf Safari. Now you're probably wondering what's going on with the Delta Wolf. What you hear about that Alpha Wolf is exactly the same on the Delta Wolf. So just copy it over. So again, fully electronic, we're going to need a battery again. The battery sits here in the back of the butt of the gun. So by removing the butt pad, we can find the battery right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's there. It uses more or less the same battery as the Red Wolf Safari, and it charges up a new, more advanced computer. So I'm going to switch it on. Boom. There we go. Ready to rock and roll. Like I said, this computer board is just way more advanced compared to the one that you will find in the Red Wolf Safari. It just have a lot of features and adjustabilities and things, which I will briefly touch on at the end, so stick with me. So on this board we also have a couple of caps, which will also then charge a solenoid. It's not the exact same solenoid as you guys see here in my hand. It may be a little bit smaller, but some kind of solenoid. And the solenoid will again then pulse the hammer. The hammer will then hit that valve stem. A puff of air will release, and then we will shoot out the projectile, whether it would be a pellet or a slug, depending on what you use. So that part again is exactly the same as you would find on the Red Wolf Safari. So, cocking this air rifle. Let me turn it around. It's also really easy. There's zero resistance to it. The only resistance that you will feel is a magnet that they've installed here to keep the cocking lever from flying open, because there's zero resistance. So I'm just going to take it off the magnet. You will hear the magnet will snap in place like that. I'm just going to take it off the magnet, then I'm going to use one finger to cock it, and now it's cocked. We are ready to go. Boom, just like that. The trigger on this is also an electronic trigger, and it sounds just like a mouse click, like I said before. So have a listen. And like I said before, once you've tried an electronic trigger, you don't want to shoot a mechanical trigger again. You don't jerk the gun, you don't work against any friction or resistance or whatever. It's just super smooth, and yeah, such a joy to shoot. That's why these air rifles tend to perform so well. So lastly, the things that make this air rifle so advanced, or like the Formula 1 car, like I said. This specific model, the Alpha Wolf and the Delta Wolf, they have a built-in chronograph inside of the shroud of the barrel that will read every shot's velocity when you shoot. So this is not the only thing that makes it stand out. There's a couple of things inside here which I will get into in just a bit. but the fact that you don't need a separate chronograph now when you go out to shoot is just freaking amazing. You can just read it on the screen every time you take a shot. That's freaking crazy. Now, what makes it more advanced at the end of the day is the fact that we have, like, let's call it 2 operation modes. The one is factory settings. Now you can change the barrels out in calibers from 177 all the way to 30 cal and still play around with the settings. It has factory settings for each caliber. This is a 22 caliber, and I'm going to talk about the 18 grain JSPs because I think it's the most known or well-known pellet out there. Say for instance we want to shoot that pellet at 880 feet per second. I can tell the computer to measure the shots that I'm shooting and calibrate itself to shoot 880 feet per second. So the first couple of shots will be maybe a little bit off, but after that it will then calibrate itself and try to stick to 880 feet per second. That's just crazy. It's honestly stupid crazy. Like I said, unheard of. Where in your life have you ever seen an air rifle that adjusts itself to what you wanted to shoot? Then we have our advanced mode. That advanced mode, you can go tinker with all the settings you want. Voltages, hammer speeds, all kinds of things. Now that's a video in its own. I will definitely make a video in the future of how to tune this air rifle. So if you want to see that video, please remember to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you get notified of all the upcoming content that I'm going to make in the future. So the last thing that I want to mention about these 2 air rifles is the fact that we now can connect them up to a laptop or to a computer and do all those advanced settings on a laptop and computer, and then share it with your mates if you really want to. If they have a rifle like this and you play around with it and you find a setting that works for you, give that to your friend and see if it works for them. That's how easy it is. You don't need to struggle with tools anymore. You can just quickly do it on a computer. So again, like I said, this air rifle is like a Formula 1 car in the air rifle industry, and I mean it. This thing is not just damn beautiful, it's damn intelligent as well. So basically, guys, that's my air rifles that I have here, the Daystate air rifles. They are incredible air rifles, and not just electronic bits and pieces on them. I think the machining of these things are just phenomenal. It's in a class of their own. If you guys are here in South Africa and you would like to get your hands on one, like I said before, reach out to Portman Co and they will sort you out. All their information will be in the video description. So reach out to them and they can sort you out. If you're in another place in the world, reach out to Daystate themselves. They will be more than happy to help you guys as well to find who's your local dealer and what's the prices on each of these air rifles that you see here today. That's that, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you definitely in the future. Again, thanks for watching. Cheers for now.